Hello, it's Tom Donald from the London Contemporary School of Piano. Today I'm going to show you how to compose in E flat minor. I've chosen this key because it has some really nice challenges to it, and I think some students get a little bit trapped in the world of C major and F major and G major, and you need to venture out into some different keys and scales. And please, do not be scared of scales with lots of flats in them. The piano is so well designed that the black keys, having that higher position on the keyboard, it gives our hands lots of shape in our playing. So we want to really embrace that, embrace the design of the piano. I also like E flat minor. It has a sort of a dark, winter-esque feel to it. So if you're watching this in season, well, this is a good one. And if you're not watching it in season, just imagine a dramatic sort of scene with northern lights and snow or something. Obviously, the sound of a key is quite a personal thing, but that's the sort of the feeling I get with an E flat minor. And of course, an E flat minor triad itself, really good to practice as an arpeggio because it's all black keys. So you're right up there. You want to have your hands right up there on the keyboard. It has an ethereal sound to it. So before I start, if you are a fan of our work at the London Contemporary School of Piano, head on over to our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, and ask for our free resources kit, which supports many of these videos, so including this one. So in this one, I'm going to show you some variations on the E flat minor scale as well, because there are a few really nice variations. So the first scale I'm going to show you is the traditional classical, you could say, E flat minor harmonic scale, and this is how it goes. So the harmonic minor scale has quite a dissonant tone to it. And for those of you who are interested in the music theory here, what do we call the notes? For instance, we don't call this a B when we're in the key of E flat minor, because we already have a B flat, and we can't have two Bs in a scale. So we call this a C flat, and that's really important to know. So we have C flat, then D natural, then E flat. And that means when you write it on a stave, you get this steady line of notes still. You maintain that. And that's how we decide how to spell the names of our notes. It's called spelling. It's literally the grammar rules of music. But I don't just want to use the harmonic minor in this. I also want to use the natural minor, which has a slightly more gentle sound to it. So the E flat natural minor is this. We have the C flat and then a D flat rather than a D natural. You can hear that sound is a little just more gentle and warmer, less dissonant. And that's going to be, they're going to be the notes I'm going to use to figure out what chords I would like to use in this. So what chords do we have available to us with these notes? And you could just get a pen and paper and write this down. What notes do you have available in this E flat natural minor scale? What notes do you have available to you and what chords do they form? So we have obviously the E flat minor. We'd also, an A flat minor, chord 4 would work quite well. And in this case, chord 5, because we're following the natural minor, is going to be a minor chord as well. And chord 6, so what chord is this? No, it's not a B major. In this context, it's a C flat major chord. Look, I'm not going to be too overly technical with you. If you want to call it B major because you know it as B major, fine. But if I'm going to follow the right spelling and grammar rules of music, that's a C flat major in this context. So if you ever see a C flat major on sheet music chord, that's possibly the reason why you're in a key like E flat minor. So I've got some really nice chords available to me. I also have a G flat major chord available to me. So I'm just going to improvise a chord pattern using some of those chords, and you can do the same thing as well. playing 4 chords there, but just the vibe of those 4 chords is feeling very melodic and drawing lots of images. So those chords were E flat minor, G flat major, C flat major, E flat minor. There's only 4 chords, but I repeat the E flat minor in the 4th bar. So it's a 4-bar cycle. E flat minor, 2nd bar, G flat major, 3rd bar, C flat major, 4th bar, E flat minor. 3 chords only. It's all that expression coming out of those chords. What I quite like about that progression, whilst it's in the key of E flat minor, I'm utilising major chords inside the scale. It just gives it a little bit more of a gentle, warmer feel. There are lots of chords. There are lots of major chords in a minor key, and vice versa. Major and minor are really tied together to create light and shade in the sound, I guess you could say. So that's, in a sense, it's a very powerful set of chords there and a powerful scale, but it's very conservative composition in a sense. I'm not even moving outside the scale. I haven't modified any notes. It's just a bog standard E flat natural minor scale. So I'm going to create a second section where I'm going to move away a little bit. And I really love the Dorian mode. So I'll show you what the Dorian mode is. And if you go to our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, we have a modes sheet called Getting into the Zone, which has different modes listed for improvisation and all sorts of musical fun and mischief. So do head on over to our website, contemporaryschoolofpiano.com, to find out about our free resources kit, because it really will help support your practice. So I really like the E flat Dorian mode, and it's some of these scales are so connected to each other. You're only changing one note here and there. So I'm only changing one note to get a Dorian mode. So this is originally what I had, but I'm just going to now replace the C flat with a C natural. So I'm going to get rid of the C flat and turn it into a C natural. And listen to what it does to the sound. Just do that a few times so you can hear it. Just gives it a different light and shade. So what sort of chords do I have available to me? Well, pretty much the same types of chords. I've got the E flat minor, I've got the G flat major, but this time, rather than an A flat minor, which would fit with the E flat minor scale, I can make that an A flat major, which incorporates that C natural, which is in the Dorian mode. So by adding that A flat major chord, the scale quickly collapses into a Dorian mode, an E flat Dorian mode, which I think will make an ideal second section for this composition. So I'm going to start those chords again that I was playing at the beginning. I'll loop them around a few times, and then I'm going to go to a middle section where I somehow put that A flat major chord in to sort of transform the music into Dorian, and we'll hear what that does. And then I might go back to the first section and resolve it back in E flat minor, and then I guess I have a composition here. All right, wish me luck. If you want to do more creative things with your piano playing, you might want to head on over to our website and find out more about our Complete Musician program. Complete Musician is the accumulation of my lifelong research in creative piano education, and it's a structured course presented in 8 modules with lifelong access to the course, including all of the upgrades, a lifelong resource to bring your creative piano playing to the best it could possibly be. The piano is a lifelong thing. There's no quick fix. The duration of the course is approximately 2 months, but it's a lifelong vault of exercises. There's no subscription. It's a one-off payment. And that might be the best way you want to support yourself. But in the meantime, have some fun on the scale of E flat minor. Thank you for your time today.